Today we are going to start a new series. In this series, we will create an app in Flask in which we will have database, data file where data will be recorded and data will be displayed in the browser. We will do that with Flask and Flask SQL Alchemy. For that, I have already created the virtual environment, the templates, and the server file as main.py. Now, let's start connecting to it. And today, we will complete the part of displaying the data. Okay, so let's begin. From Flask, import Flask. Render template, request, redirect, URL 4. This we will import from Flask library, and then from Flask SQL Alchemy, import SQL Alchemy. Okay, once we do that, let's initialize the app as well as the SQL Alchemy. For that, app equals Flask __ name __. Okay, that is Flask initialized. Let's configure the SQL Alchemy. App.config square bracket quote SQL ALCHEMY SQL Alchemy _ database _ URI. Okay, with that equals quote SQLite colon / product.db. This is our database name. Okay, once we do that, now we also configure the secret key. Database. See, there is a typo. Let's configure the secret key. App.config secret key quote SECRET _ KEY quote app.config secret key equals your secret key. Your secret key. Here is another error. Here is another typo. Secret key. Okay. Now once we do that, now we have to configure the database. db equals SQL Alchemy app. This configures that. Okay, so that will configure the app as well as SQL Alchemy database file. To keep this app in the context, otherwise it will be out of context, we need to write another line, app dot app context dot push. Okay, this will keep that in the context. Now we need to initialize the class of the product that we want to display. Class product db.model here id equals db.column db.integer I cap integer db.integer integer comma primary key equals true. Well, this will be our primary key. Okay, we need to put the colon here. Okay, primary key true. Okay, this does not need to be capped. All right, that is ID. Let's go to name equals db dot column db dot name is a string with a length of 50 comma nullable equals false. Okay, that's ID name. Let's do price equals db dot column db dot float is 2 decimals comma nullable equals false. Okay, that is price. Now let's do the image equals db dot column db dot string, say 200. So make a long string comma nullable equals false. Okay, once we have done that, we need to initialize it with def repr self def repr self return. What we're going to return? The product r and percentage self.id. Okay, that is the instantiation of the of the class. Okay, now once that is done, to create tables in the database, we write this function at app dot before request define a function def create tables is a function. Now db dot create all. Okay, this will create the table. Now we're going to write init.db init.db.py to see that create table is created. Okay, but before we do that, let's here is a init.db.py. See here, from main import db, from main, from here we import db because we have db here, and then db.create all print database and tables created successfully. Okay, so it has been created successfully. To show that, now we just need to render a first route. Okay, that is home page.